Welcome to day 2 of Teresa's first look week of webisodes 2016. Yay. And today we're going to explore steampunk, but we've got lots of new things to show you.
We do. New papers, new foil paper toll. We have dazzles, stamps, and foiled fancies.
And ribbons to go with all of it. So join us as we explore steampunk. Come play with us. Here they are, and just like Gail said, a whole new collection.
A whole new look, and it's beautiful. I love it.
It is. Now, as the mother of sons, I have 2 boys.
And so do I.
Yes, so we love this because, as you know, doing masculine things is slightly tricky.
Right, it's full of gadgetry and gears, but also butterflies. And a little bit of flowers maybe, or scroll work, flourishes.
Well, we'll show you the stamp, and isn't that just fun? There are 22 silicone stamps, and of course there's a project on the back.
Beautiful. Love those stamps. I love the different combinations, all of those tiny little things that you can add, and lots of sentiments too.
You light up my life, gearing up for a good day, and time to commence the celebration. There we go. Now the foil paper toll is
just gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
I knew that was coming.
Absolutely. Now the foil fancies, now Teresa didn't use them in her projects. We included them in the bundle because we wanted the whole collection, but last week we gave you a preview on the foil fancies.
So you know what to do, and here's what they start out with, and you'll see more of that tomorrow.
And the dazzles, now these are the what we call scrapbooking dazzles. They are 8 by 9 inch sheets. There are 2 different ones. And then we also give you the jewel dazzles, this time in that mirror blue. And isn't that copper gorgeous?
Just beautiful. Copper is just beautiful with these papers. Wait till you see those.
And because this is all coordinating, and because we're hot off the press, you're going to get ideas right on the packaging for everything.
And
going into the papers.
The papers.
Now, I've shown you a lot of shiny, bright stuff, but you need something that is more matted for these to really show up. So the steampunk papers are going to give you that. So you're going to get 2 of each.
But they have depth.
They do.
Like all of our papers, they have a lot of depth and lots going on. You'll see text, you'll see gears.
And actually, as we get in closer, this is a perfect example. So you can see, even in the background, can you see that there are clocks, there are flourishes, we get into the imagery in the corner, and just absolutely lovely. Isn't that just
it takes a lot of work, and our designers are so good at this.
Yes, they are. So that's one. Then we have an all over, looks very textured, although it is smooth paper. This is 80-pound paper. And again, you can see into the depth of that art with the gears on top and then more down below. Here is another all over, and you can see almost looks like buttons, but it's really gears, and you can see them almost in a diamond pattern.
A nice tile work there.
Isn't this gorgeous? Yes, and if you look in Paper Wishes, in fact on the cover, you're going to see the scrapbook page that Gail did that's just gorgeous using this.
I think it's on the header for the paper pack on this one too.
Yes,
so
it
you'll
is.
see it there,
actually,
but it's just...
Let me bring it in. There you go. Very pretty. Cutting out that center clock and doing some distressing on the edges.
I think these are just made for distressing. You don't have to, but that's my first go-to on this particular paper pad.
And this is a teal.
Love those teals.
Again, kind of sponged and modeled in the background. And then we have another overlapping gears.
We call this gears, gears, and more gears.
Is that what we call that? Okay. Well, you can see it lives up to its name.
But there's also sort of flourishes going on in there a little bit too.
Now, all of these have a back. These are all double-sided, so you can see the really light clocks that are in the background. They are teeny tiny gears in an all-over pattern. This has a border of gears in that light brown onto the dark brown distressed. And then we have it in a cream. Isn't that just lovely? Very pretty. In fact, you can almost see some imagery in the background, kind of some tile work. Isn't that
beautiful?
Gorgeous. And then we have the gold and brown. And then we have more of the sponge with the gears in the background. So absolutely gorgeous. There are 2 of each.
So a lot to play with there. And then the ribbons that go with these papers are just perfectly suited to match. You get 12 ribbons. They are 36 inches each. I'm going to start with this dotted, a nice wide dotted ribbon. That's a sheer. There's another sheer in a 1/4 inch. It's just a very pale blue, suits those colors nicely. Then there's an 1/8 inch sheer in a little bit brighter blue, so that stands out a little bit more. I like the swirl sheer. That one is beautiful blue as well. There is a grosgrain, which is, nope, that one is a twill, and it's kind of nice and soft and brown. There's a big wide brown crepe in which you see some beautiful things that Teresa has done with that crepe. There's a double stitched grosgrain in those browns and teals. This is a very unique ribbon. It's an 1/8 inch, and it is stitched on the edge with this overlapping blue stitch on brown, which is kind of unique. There's an 1/8 inch grosgrain in a rust color, and this beautiful, like a gingham, a beautiful little 1/4 inch ribbon, and it's got this nice wide web, that kind of brown web. That's a real kind of a masculine look. It looks great on those papers.
Okay, speaking of projects, we're going to go right in, or maybe we weren't, but we will. And so this first card is just a really beautiful combination. Now you can see that this is using the paper towel, and as we get in closer, you can really see the beautiful look that that foil does.
It just looks etched, and it is such a fantastic look. Like each little line is done individually, and I love our foil paper towel. It just has that beautiful, when you turn it, you can just see it going around.
And you might remember that that's actually printed in England. There is a company there that has the exclusive worldwide rights, say that. And so they'll put these different images behind the art that we send them. Then we bring it back here, die cut it, and package it. Now,
beautiful.
Teresa added some nail heads, some copper nail heads.
Copper nail heads. That's just perfect with this.
And then she combined the stamp. Now, her idea was to do the gold embossing powder. So she's used the Wow gold embossing powder.
That's the super fine metallic, and it's perfect for those very fine detailed stamps that we're using here.
So she stamped that, and then she also did some of the Versamark along the edge.
Very simple to do.
Added more.
And that adds a nice touch on there.
And then on the inside, she's got more of the stamps in copper this time, as well as the gold.
I'm going to bet that those little tags there were done with a design toolkit. Oh,
well,
am I wrong?
I am not sure, actually.
Okay.
Might have been with the toolkit, or it might have been with the 10 tags and trims die cut. So
might have.
Well, I think it is.
Looks like you've got choices.
You know
there.
what? In the gallery, it's going to tell you for sure, since we're blowing it right here.
I love that. That's all right. I love that combination of gold and copper embossing. That's just a beautiful look.
It's very steampunky.
It is. Okay, are we ready for another one?
We are. Now, this time, Teresa's gone with the papers and with the stamp, but this time she is using the Mega Flakes. So,
and this is the Morris Dance?
Morris Dance, right.
Flakes.
One of my favorites.
Very simple to stamp with those. Use flitter glue, put that on your stamp, apply the Mega Flakes, and then remove it with the scoochy sponge. We've done that a million times, but we have lots of webisodes that show you how to do that.
And so you can see it against the dark, which is my preference. You can also see it, the blue is kind of a medium tone, and then against the lighter tone. So gorgeous.
I love the ribbon coming in off to the left there. And there are some little, there are baby bling on there, the little brown baby bling.
And then that bread is coming from the dark room embellished. So that's going to blend nicely with the steampunk.
Fits perfectly.
And then on the inside, you light up my life. So she's done that with just stamping it in brown and then using more of the Mega Flakes.
So that's beautiful. And I love the gold details. There are strips of it here and a little bit of matting with gold metallic paper.
Right.
That comes in a 12-inch by 12-inch sheet. And so just using little strips of it here makes it go a long way. And that's really all you need.
Gorgeous. Just gorgeous. Very, very pretty. Yes. Okay.
Beautiful.
Now, scrapbookers, you mentioned earlier that there was going to be a pretty use of that wide ribbon. look what Teresa's done. Now, this is a page for her nephew, and I think what's really fun is how she's done, well, many things on this page, but let's go with the ribbon. So she's wrapped it in the center and then simply knotted it, turned it on its side so it's going right there.
Right, and then that tag is placed right here so that it looks like it's tied onto the tag, and you've got it coming across the page. That's great fun. And computer journaling right onto the papers.
Let me tell you about Hunter.
Okay.
Hunter is this stuffed rabbit, and
you know what?
Isaac is in preschool,
all right.
and every week a different child takes Hunter home, and then they are to take photographs and to journal about what Hunter does. You can see on top of Isaac having lunch.
He went to the library. Would you be surprised to know that Hunter, if you look closely, he's actually a little stuffed scorpion, which is funny, and I think
I thought it was a rabbit.
Perfect for a little boy.
Oh my gosh, really?
It's the funniest thing. I mean, do they make stuffed scorpions? I had no idea.
I wonder where I got the rabbit. Okay, well, scorpion, rabbit, whatever, just actually charming. And Teresa reports that all the families love having Hunter there for a week.
I want to point, you've got Let the Adventure Begin, which is perfect. But up here in the top right corner, the dazzles with vellum behind those light bulbs is just genius.
That's very clever.
So I love
that. So cute. Oh, the kids are happy.
Very sweet.
See, that was worth waiting for, don't you think? Now, Teresa, we've seen some masculine, we showed you feminine, and she's also done a feminine take. Now, this time she's used one of the brand new die-cut cards. This is a 3D frame, and this is super, super, super easy to do.
Super simple.
And yet
and
beautiful.
What results?
Yeah, so you can see the frame. It actually does go in, and you can put things on the top just like Teresa has, and then it opens, and life is too short to be ordinary.
Ta-da.
And very gorgeous.
I love the cross stripping of those of the pieces of paper with the chain dazzles going across there.
And putting the chain on top of the strip.
And you can see those blue dazzles placed in strategic places here. There's the key, the gears. That's a great look. I want to show you the pieces individually from that 3D frame card that's going to construct that box, but it starts flat like this. And here are the pieces that come in the kit that you will need. You'll need 2 of these squares, and you'll need this one piece that is already scored. It is folded like this, but you're going to do a little bit more folding. I'm going to start by opening it up and folding it along this other piece so that you've got this, it looks like a book when you folded it completely. Now it's cross-cut in the center, so it's slit this way, and then it's scored all the way around twice, like 2 boxes. You're going to pull these pieces back. So they're going to be pulled back, and then that piece that you pulled back, you're going to valley fold it back in. So each one of those, you're going to do that. So I'm going to push those pieces back, and then I'm going to grab each one of them and pull one of those tabs right back in.
And
like
that's
so.
Making the base for the frame. So you've got pieces that will rest inside there.
So these are actually, when you're done, these pieces are going to be this inside of the box. Then you take this piece, glue it, here, let me open this so you can see. Glue it only to those base pieces. It fits right in there. And you can glue it to those base pieces here. And to finish it off, it just makes a nice finished look. You glue this piece to the back. When you're done, you have a piece that looks like so.
And this is probably a card that you're going to hand deliver, or you might tuck in with a gift or into a box.
There are envelopes included.
Yes.
There are larger envelopes, so it will fit in there.
But it's probably not going to make it through the mail system.
Without being squished,
But you can see that by covering that center area, it just is very easy to do, and Teresa has added the scrapbooking dazzles, as you can see. She liked the addition of this sheer ribbon. She felt it was a little feminine to go with the mannequin.
You know, it's easy to turn these into feminine cards with just little additions like that.
Or you can do the paper toll, and here is another of the pieces. So we did the clock already. Here is the heart gears.
The heart gears with the key there, and that's just a beautiful look.
Isn't that gorgeous?
So, and you can, what I would do when I do these 3D frame boxes is I would decorate this piece and then glue it in place. It makes it a lot easier. I love the separate pieces that up here. Oh,
right, okay. She has stamped those.
Oh, right. I thought that was the paper toll for a second. She stamped using the stamp, stamped and embossed a couple of extra keys with a copper fine embossing powder.
And then the inside, a collage of gears.
Wonderful.
Just really pretty.
And now that little shape, I know that one came from the Design Toolkit number 10.
Okay.
So I believe that we're using that throughout this week. You're going to see Design Toolkit number 10 used.
Isn't
those
that
layered labels?
Just gorgeous.
And this one on the front as well.
Now the 3D frame comes with 3 cards and 3 envelopes, and each card has 3 pieces. So that's a nice symmetry going on.
I also like the border jewel dazzles that were used to frame the outside and the inner part of that box.
Copper. Very fun. Now for the last project, Teresa has taken a step back, and she has used the Pinwheel pockets. These are the Serra surfaces. They are a very heavyweight paper. You want to bring one in?
Right. I want to show you what it looks like. When it's all put together, it looks like this, and then you open it like so. And it's you're just going to go through, and I think what I found was to place one of those edges to put that one in first, then a next, then a next, and then that last one, it's like doing the top of a box.
Right, you lift it.
You just lift it, place it right under there, and that's a pinwheel pocket.
Now, here's Teresa's decoration of that pinwheel. And even though it doesn't need a belly band, she wanted to have one. So with the use of the twine that's in the kit.
A label from the Design Toolkit.
And the dazzles. So we're going to slip this off. Gearing up for a good day.
That's just an elegant look. It's just an extra special touch.
And look how pretty. This is our third paper toll, and isn't that stunning?
It is. It's absolutely beautiful. Look at that. I love the chains down at the bottom. We do have to bring in the belly band and put those side by side for a second.
Okay.
Because I love what she did. She started off with the dazzles, paper backed, and then on the inside you get the full foil treatment. So 2 different looks of the same image.
Gearing up for a good day, take flight. Perfect for a graduate, perfect for someone who's making a life change, maybe retirement, maybe traveling.
A new job.
Or maybe just thinking good thoughts for someone. Wonderful. So adding that, you said to go like this and down, and down, and lift this up. And you'll just want to position your artwork on the front strategically, and then you can see that she has done the twine right there, just glued it, or actually put some slits on the back of her. Did the twill. I said twine, didn't I?
That's all right.
And just slide that on like
all of this would look good with twine as well, by the way, the papers, but this is, I just think this is a great look with a few little butterflies on there helping you take flight with that balloon.
So I hope you agree that we have a wonderful collection of steampunk, because we have the papers, we have the ribbons,
we have the
the
foil paper tolls, fantastic scrapbooking dazzles,
and the foil fancies, and the stamp to go along with it. And so we are set for all our guys.
Fantastic.
And we'll see you tomorrow for day 3. We're going into a mystic garden.
Ooh.